And after these things I looked, and behold, a great multitude, which no one could count, from all nations and tribes and peoples and tongues, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed in white robes and palm branches in their hands. And they cried out with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to thy God that sits on the throne of the Lamb. Amen. Amen.
That was beautiful. God bless you.
I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. Soldier in the army. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. Good soldier in the army. Well, now when I get to heaven, I'm gonna sing and shout. Be nobody there who can turn me out. I'm talk with the Father, shadow with the Son. Tell him about the meal I just came from. I'm a warrior in the army of the Lord. Warrior in the army. I'm a warrior in the army of the Lord. Mighty good warrior in the army.
Dutch?
Yeah, who's this?
It's Tom.
Hey, pal.
Listen, my car broke down. I need a ride.
Now where?
6th Street in Alameda.
Yeah, I guess. But listen, this is like the last time.
I love you, Dutch man.
Right.
You know the hardest thing about fucking a Japanese? You gotta do it that way, Daddy-o.
You got a great sense of the ridiculous.
Just my slant on things.
Yeah, well, they're God's children too, you know. Thanks again for the ride. I owe you.
Whoa. We need to talk.
About what?
You're on a lost flight that's about to ditch, buddy.
No, not lost. Found.
Look. I know you better than you think I do. It's been a year since Betty left you. And I know you're hurting real bad. Now, maybe you think being a good Christian is going to earn you brownie points with the man upstairs. But you're going too far with this.
She didn't want to be saved.
Saved. You had the randiest little chicken in town. Life's for spending, buddy, not saving.
Ah, but the wages of sin is death. And deep down inside, you know that. Now, my treasures are laid up in heaven.
Why don't we just deal with Earth? You live in a garage. You drive a flak-riddled tin can that doesn't work, and you can't put two nickels together. Is that supposed to make you holy? What happened to you?
I've just been listening to God, that's all.
What's he telling you?
The end is near.
The end.
A king will rise from the south, and from his scepter he will rule from the house of Memphis. But tidings from the east will bring fear and trembling to his throne, and the invasion will begin. Beetles will subjugate the young, while stones find satisfaction and roll over all who stand in their way. And the plague will continue, and the animals will take dominion, and the young will exclaim, "We've got to get out of this place." And they'll exit through the doors. And then Nirvana will come. But it will smell like Teen Spirit. And men will walk on the moon. And women will walk on men. But men will be women, and women will be men. And gasoline will get to as high as $1 a gallon. The city will have a Negro for a mayor, and in the end, Japan will take over the world.
When is this supposed to happen?
A couple of years, I think. 1954. 55 at the latest.
Tom, listen to me. Loneliness, guilt, self-loathing, and this manic obsession with God is a dangerous cocktail. It only ends bad. You and I are tormented by the same thing. You don't have to deal with it this way. We barbecued 130,000 human beings. Any sane man would be tormented. You're just suffering from acute rectal cranial inversion. You gotta pull your head out of your ass and forget about this Christian crusade you're on. It's got your head all screwy.
No, for the first time in a long time, I've got my head right. You can't understand that.
I understand. I understand that we only go through this life once, so get it while you can. Because when the lights go out, the big sleep, there is nothing more. We're just as dead as those dirty Japs we bombed.
No. Well, that's when it begins. And there will be no rest for the wicked.
You're cracking up, Tom. Look at this world. There is no God. It's just a cruel hoax. No God would have ever allowed that fucking war to happen. And if there is one, then he has got a real disturbed sense of humor because he's left it up to us to figure out the punchline.
I've found my peace. If you want to find yours, you may have to get a little weird too.
There is no such thing as salvation.
There is, if you want it. You're wrong. Hey, read this. You might like what it has to say.
Why don't you come by the house tonight? Want a little garden party? Got some ripe tomatoes showing up? We'll have a swell time.
I'll be praying for you.
Used to be one hell of a cocksmith.